What is up, guys? Luis Fausto here. Today's video is a little different because it's not so much, it is on the educational side, but it's more of a reaction type of video today. And the reason is because I finally dove into NFT TikTok or TikTok NFT and discovered that some of the content out there is very nuanced and some of it is actually very misleading. Now, I'm not here to bash any creator or anyone out there. Rather, I want to elaborate on these new nuanced concepts because some of these creators make it seem like it's easy to get into crypto or the NFT space, which I would argue is not hard. However, it's very easy to lose a lot of money and actually get scammed if you don't know what you're doing. If you're active on Twitter, you see a lot of people say do your own research, but not a lot of people are teaching you what type of research to be done. So, that being said, today's video is going to be a reaction to a TikTok video, and I just want to react to it and actually put my input and say what I think that could help you as a viewer or as a newbie better assess your risk tolerance and just make better bets in the NFT space. Also, this is not financial advice. This is just me giving my insight. So let's dive right in. Alrighty, so today's video, let's start watching this and then I'll give my insight. Let's go.
Here are the top 3 things to know when getting into NFTs. Number 1, you want to make sure to always buy at mint. And to do that, you can go to rarity.tools and then click on upcoming. Now, once you do that, you can check out all the projects that have been released yet that you can still mint.
Alright, so first things first, when he says always buy a mint, that is the optimal entryway for a project. Only because if you do buy a mint, which is essentially the lowest price you can get it whenever that project launches, this is not this is excluding floor price maybe later on in the project, right? But let's suppose this is the best entry point for a new project, right? However, what he doesn't explain is that there's ways you have to actually get into these whitelist spots or into these minting prices. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you got to make sure you're an early member in the Discord channel, making sure you're active or being a contributor of some sort, whether it's sharing different things or info in the Discord community, whatever it may be. Each project is different. Sometimes they do giveaways, and then on top of that, let's suppose you don't get a whitelist, you have to mint at public launch. Meaning, if this is a popular project, your chances of getting a mint at public launch might be very small. And on top of that, gas fees. So, yes, there's nothing wrong with saying try to get it at mint price, but you also have to know what it takes to get into a whitelist, a pre sale, or if you want to get into public launch, how lucky you get. So, just wanted to say that.
Number 2 is to check their Discord. Here we have a project called Cyberduck's Evolution. We're going to join their Discord. Now, once we join, we got to check if the admin is interacting with everyone. Here we have the admin. His name is Aglo. And then bang, there he is, interacting with them.
So this one's a little bit confusing to me because I mean you could simply go into a Discord and see if the dev or one of the creators is active, but this is implying that if they're not active, don't even bother. One thing is when you jump into Discord, you want to see if the Discord is actually moving, uh, and another thing is you want to see how big the Discord is. If they do show how many members are in there, let's suppose there's 20,000 members, but there's only like 100 people communicating in that Discord, it could be deceiving because maybe those 20,000 came from, I don't know, different ways they try to market that to mask it as a very popular project. But I don't want you to just focus on the dev being active. I want you to go in there and see if people are actually happy about the project. No talk about floor price, even mooning. Uh, See if you can build a genuine connection with the members in there because it's gonna be crucial. It is a community, right? But I don't want you to think that this implies that if the dev is not active, don't even bother. So that's my second insight for today's video.
Everyone. Next, we want to check if the project has utility. We're going to go to their roadmap. And if we scroll down to season 3, we see that they have a token being created, and each Cyberduck gets a token every day, which means that they have good utility. Mint price is only
Yes, so utility is very, very important. It's actually something I looked into when I try to get an NFT, right? What are they working on? However, just because there is a utility and quote unquote a token, tokenomics is actually very difficult. There's teams that actually do a good job of implementing tokenomics. Actually something we're working at for learners and at Learnio. But sometimes these roadmaps could be a little bit too, I don't want to say too ambitious, but sometimes they're not as realistic as the time goes by. And also thing to note is you have to make sure these founders are capable of doing so. And most of these projects, they're pseudonymous founders, meaning they're just a PFP profile. They're not actually showing the real face or doxing the real names. So yes, focus on utility. Very good advice. But also make sure that just because there's a token involved doesn't make it a good project. Some utility led projects fail just because they can't implement them correctly. So that's my third insight for today.
0.4 ETH, which is roughly $163, which means this is pretty low risk. Cyberducks did not pay me for this. This is a completely random project, but if you guys found this helpful, please follow.
All right, so as you can see, this wasn't a bad video. This is actually, it was okay, but I just don't want you guys to get misled. A lot of people, some people in my circle have lost a lot of money. I've seen horror stories. Excuse me. I've seen horror stories on Twitter where people get scammed, whether it's through a different link, even through their wallet, even on OpenSea buying fake projects. So things like that. I just want to make sure that this type of content gets elaborated a little bit more. I understand that TikTok is quick and some people actually add more context in the caption or whatever. They could funnel you to a different type of website or whatever it may be. But in this case, I wanted to react to this video and just share and elaborate more on these tips that he mentioned. So that way you have a better experience in the NFT space. So if you guys like that video, please like and subscribe. Comment in the comment section. Let me know if this was helpful, what you think that I said that was wrong. Maybe you don't agree with me, or even add any extra things in the comments that you would add to someone who's trying to learn how to do research in the NFT space. But that being said, guys, let's keep at it.